as I got older,
you realized
and start saying, like, I didn't know racism truly exists until I got called a nigga for the first time.
When did that happen?
I worked at a summer camp called Midtown. So we went to classes during the day, then we had like a job in the afternoon. So my job is crazy that I'm transitioning to journalism, but I worked for the newsletter for the job. Mm-hmm. So I was writing sports articles.
Oh, word.
So I would cover like the sports. That was my job in the afternoon. I would cover the sports like a Stephen A. Smith amongst my peers. We was on the elevator going to class in the morning at Robert Morris College, which is downtown in Chicago. And this white European Mexican said, guess what? I got a joke to tell y'all. So it's me and four other brothers. Me, brother named Charles, brother named Kendrick, who was on, he already had a record, but he was on probation, so he had a job. So basically this white Mexican was like, what happens if you turn all the lights off in the elevator? This was the first time.
Yeah.
You can't see no black people. And then we all like looked at each other like, what the fuck?
What you talking about, right? So
as he get off the elevator, Kendrick just start mopping his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Start like rocking his ass.
Yeah.
Then later that summer, he ended up getting fired because he called me a nigga with an ER. And
and what grade was this?
I had to be freshman, like 7th or 8th grade.
So that's the first time you heard somebody call you a nigga.
Yeah.
What was your initial response to that?
I had never experienced, you know what I'm saying, being like directly called it. So I didn't understand why Kendrick responded
the way he did.
Yeah. And then he did it again because I was naive. I wasn't exposed to a lot. But he hit him, he like damn near broke his nose.
That's
like
right.
Dude had a bloody nose.
That's right.
And it kind of threw me off. It like traumatized me.
Yeah.
But at the time I'm like, oh shit. Like even for reflecting on it now and talking about it here, it's like damn. Like it was experienced racism at an early age, and I was upset for my mother not feeling like she didn't prepare me properly for it. But my mother did the best that she could, and I was angry at my mother for a long time.
How did you? Because that's something being my mom that I feel like my mom didn't really prepare me for the world that we're navigating, especially as black men. How did you deal with that, of knowing that you're, like you said, they did the best they can, and they tried to shield us from this, but how do you cope with those feelings?
Right. I think about it like when I first started gaining awareness to Black Panthers. And I'm this angry, pro-black, nationalist, reactionary ass, pseudo ass nigga, the same niggas I'm talking about. I can speak on it because I know from experience, but I used to bang on niggas like heavy.
Yeah.
Like you fucking sellout, you Uncle Tom ass nigga. I used to love calling motherfuckers out for jungle fever and shit. And like I was upset because I felt like my mother and my family, they was trying to force the issue of like the religion thing. And I used to bang on religion heavy. But for me, I was angry for a long time, and I'm not gonna regret the life that I live at this point. I've lost financial opportunities. I lost business opportunities based off my emotion or not knowing or having a lack of guidance from people teaching me. So a lot of stuff I learned on my own. Like I got called a nigga in college again by a philosophy professor. I went to his office hour, right? He wanted me to meet with him after class. So I'm like, cool, shit. It ain't shit. I'm thinking it's something with class. Yeah. He tells me, the way he closed the door, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. That's some weirdo shit. Yeah. So he gets up. He already filming. He slams the door shut. And he was like, nigga.
To you?
Yeah.
Word.
Don't ever disrespect me in front of other white youth.
And what race was this man?
White man.
White man. Oh,
And
wow.
then I was like, Peckerwood, cracker.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to watch your tone.
Yeah.
And then his whole demeanor changed. Then he wanted to apologize.
Too late.
Now, me, at that time, I was reactionary. I was still somewhat would react, but I never reacted in trying to whoop a white person's ass by like physical force, because I know as far as numbers of people that's like-minded like me, I'm outnumbered. I'm not going to win. I'm going to be a hashtag. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then be forgot about tomorrow.
Black Lives Matter.
People get mad at me because I don't get upset by the other race and culture. They're doing what they're supposed to do as a group.
Right. No, I agree the same way. Like, we need to have black accountability.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
absolutely.
it's pointless to sit up and talk about what other races are doing when they do, as you just said, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're surviving.
So why you mad? Like, you gonna keep going and we gonna keep going to meetings. We gonna keep going to lectures. We gonna keep going to like Kwanzaa events where it's crackers on the motherfucking panel and hosting the events. I could speak from even lecturing. Like, I remember one time I ended up doing a lecture. I do like a solutions and questions.
Yeah.
Niggas never ask questions about shit that, and I covered a lot in my lecture. But the thing that really bothered me one time, niggas was like, oh, when your next lecture?
Like, I don't go to them shits no more. Like,
Now, me
niggas
neither.
wanna
And I'm speaking from experience of like, I got a master thesis. I started lecturing when I was in grad school. You know what I'm saying? I was doing lectures. Niggas was like, the same way that's happening with me on social media being shadow banned, niggas was like sabotaging and telling niggas not to, like, my lectures would be empty.
Yeah.
And people was like sabotaging me. People that was like directly in my face, oh, I'm cool with you. But then backbiting me behind my back on some like hating shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm used to it.
yeah, but at that time, like 2015, like I'm in my early 20s, so I'm new to this shit. So I'm coming in with this idealistic thing, like, oh, we gotta be all together. I'm gonna unify all
black unity, brother. Like, black unity. We need to unify. We need to unite. All that bullshit. Like, no, but okay. But on that, how was the experience of in college when studying this? Because I know you said when you was in, you kind of got railroaded through education.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
I was in African American Studies was my my bachelor's. So I go into the African American Studies department. I'm not gonna name due to like, slander and shit like that.
Yeah.